This is probably the most revolting tourist trap in all of America, and Mount Rushmore is probably the single most disrespectful act of colonization that has ever been committed against any subjugated population. You see, Mount Rushmore is actually named the Six Grandfathers, and it refers to the six cardinal directions of the Lakota Sioux Nation: north, south, east, west, above the sky, and below the ground. And Six Grandfathers lies in the Black Hills of South Dakota that has always been sacred land to the Lakota Sioux. So sacred, in fact, it's the one piece of land that they never once conceded to the United States government in any treaty that they ever signed. In fact, they gained ownership in perpetuity over the Black Hills when they signed the Fort Laramie Treaty in 1868. This ownership was even upheld in 1980 by the United States Supreme Court when they issued their decision in U.S. v. Sioux Nation of Indians, stating that the Black Hills had been illegally seized from the tribe when gold was discovered there by George Armstrong Custer in 1874. And if you're wondering, that's the same Custer that was killed at the Battle of Little Bighorn and who was known for committing atrocities against natives. The court awarded the tribe over $105 million in damages, which the Sioux Nation has continued to reject up until this day, and is actually still sitting in a bank account that is now worth over $1 billion because they have no intention of ever conceding that they wish to sell their sacred lands. But not only did the government steal this land, they also decided to desecrate this sacred ground by carving likenesses 60 feet high of the political leaders that have been the oppressors and colonizers of the Sioux Nation since the arrival of Europeans. In fact, the original plan for the carving was intended to have indigenous subjects like Sacagawea, Crazy Horse, and Red Cloud. But the sculptor that they hired, Gutzon Borglum, was closely associated with the KKK and specifically made disparaging remarks about natives like this one and talked about mongrel hordes overrunning Nordic races. And he insisted that they completely change the plan for the carving. And Borglum, throughout those original plans, insisted on the bust of Washington, Jefferson, Roosevelt, and Lincoln as the subjects that would be carved into Six Grandfathers. And apparently the price of 2 million annual visitors and over $300 million in economic impact is enough for the state of South Dakota to ignore Mount Rushmore's terrible past and put this atrocity on their license plate.